equipment, how to be a ghost hunter. I'm not pretentious enough to claim that this is a definitive guide in how to go out there and hunt ghosts and find ghosts, but it could be. Nah, I'm joking. Right, yeah, this is basically my take on the equipment that I use during an investigation. I've been through a lot of phases of equipment, but I'll just take you through quickly the basics of what I use. So the main part of any ghost investigator's kit: camcorder, infrared camcorder. Yeah, that's the main part, the infrared. You see it there, little zero lux is the thing to look for on camcorders. We've always used, sadly not sponsored by, but we've always used Sony because we've just found them to be good camcorders. Make sure you use one with a hard drive. You can get them with CDs, tapes, etc., but the best ones are the hard drive, because you haven't got to mess about replacing tapes and everything else. You get up to 60 gig hard drives, even more on some of these things. There is other brands, Panasonic, JVC, Canon, that do night shot, night vision, infrared, call it what you will, cameras, but we've always just found that the Sony cameras, bloody good cameras, they seem to catch extremely good quality footage. Microphones are good, can't fault it. Infrared camera, essential for a ghost hunter. Next piece of equipment, what would you say? What would you say? We've got these little MiniDV cameras. Yeah, these are, pick them up, pick these up for about 20 quid off eBay and Amazon. The microphones are rubbish. Some, it's potluck, you can get good ones. What I'm recording on now, I'm recording on a GoPro Hero 4 Silver. As you can hear, this is the onboard microphone. Probably not fantastic, but it does the job. But these are nowhere near the quality of a GoPro, but they're nowhere near the price either. Now this one's been converted to full spectrum, so it's an easy thing to do. To convert these to full spectrum, basically, you see your lenses on the front, they unscrew, you'll get a pair of pliers, you'll feel it crack as the glue breaks, don't worry, just unscrew it. Hopefully, if you've got the right one, which majority of them are, right on the back of the lens you'll see a little pinky red piece of glass. You just pop that out with a Stanley knife blade, put it all back together, adjust your lens till you've got your focus, and you've got a full spectrum camera. Now, for those that don't know, full spectrum is not just infrared, it's also ultraviolet, so you're getting a lot more different levels of light that we can't see as humans into one of these cameras. These also, as well as video, take photographs. They take burst shots, which is what you want when you're taking photographs, when you're ghost hunting. You want to use burst. If you take one photograph of a doorway and there's something in that doorway, you've got no proof that it wasn't already there. If you're taking a burst shot of 3 to 5 bang 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 pictures like that, and it's only appeared in one, chances are you've got something to look at, something to pay a bit of attention to, because you've got a before and an after. So good little piece of equipment. These fit easily in your pocket, cheap to buy, easy to convert. Point and shoot camera. Now, a lot of people have progressed onto DSLRs and things, but I don't think a DSLR is a waste of time for ghost hunting. These things, again, they'll fit easily in your pocket. They take a good photograph. This one, 16 megapixels, which is quite good. Years ago, we went to a place called Elveston Castle as a family. We go there quite a lot, walking the dog and just for a general walk. Beautiful place. We had, this was talking 20 years ago or more. The camera we had then was only 2 megapixels, whatever it is. We was taking photos. We caught some incredible photos of what we believe at the time to be spirit. Sadly, 20 odd years they've got lost. I wish they hadn't, because I wish I could show them yet. But that, you don't need mega expensive, huge billion pixel cameras, DSLRs, etc. A point and shoot does the job. Just remember, if you're using a point and shoot in the dark, you've got other team members with you, just say flash, just remind them that you're taking a flash, because there's nothing worse than when you're on an investigation, your night vision, bang, a flash goes off and it ruins it. You can't see for a few seconds, and you've worked hard to get that night vision so you can see. You don't want flashes. The same goes for your camcorder. Try not to look into your viewfinder, because it's a source of light. You're going to destroy your night vision. Also, while you're using this camera, you'll remember you're using it. The amount of times that we can walk along and all of a sudden, you know, like, and you're filming the floor, you're filming your footsteps going along because you're forgetting you're carrying it. It's no good. It's no good. The other thing to use with these is a booster, like this. Now all this does, basically, you've got your booster, that fits onto there like that, screws in. You've got your infrared booster up here, which you're not going to be able to see, but that basically that boosts your infrared light. Huge amount of infrared light comes out of this. It's invisible to us, we can't see all you can see is a slight red tinge into each bulb, but it will light up quite a big area, a lot more than the standard onboard infrared light that you get with your camera. This is a good piece of equipment actually. Instead of carrying it, you can have this, you can have an extension bar coming out, your still camera on it, fix a bit of Velcro, your voice recorder, anything you want, you've got it all to hand, so you're walking around with everything going. You could be filming, you could be taking your still shots, you can even fit your little action cams onto arms. Brilliant piece of kit, love this one. Next piece of equipment, the voice recorder. Yeah. Now, this one was, I think it's £25 off eBay. The reason I bought this one is for the full colour screen. I spent years with other voice recorders where you've not got a colour screen and you're on an investigation, you're doing a burst session of EVP, and then you've got to have your torch trying to find out, see what you're doing, light your screen up, light your bulb. This one lights up. Dead simple to use. Absolutely brilliant. I've also found, now this is a personal thing here, but you can go for these very expensive voice recorders, but a lot of these expensive voice recorders have got a lot of filters inside them that filter out different levels of noise. You don't want that. Spirit tends to be speaking in these filters, in these levels of noise. Just a voice recorder that records raw sound. That's what you want. You don't want, I'm not going to name it, but you don't want these big expensive £300 voice recorder and microphones everywhere, but then they filter out a lot of background noise. It's the background noise that we want to listen to. Brilliant little voice recorder. A good thing about voice recording, do burst sessions. A lot easier to go through. You can do it there and then, a good microphone on your voice recorder, and you can listen back as you do it. Yeah, burst sessions are the way forward. We've left them for 10 hours in a location in an empty room, and we've caught some footsteps, so it can be done, but it's just such a slog to listen to 10 hours. Burst sessions are the way forward. Good voice recorder that records raw sound, not too many filters, perfect. Most essential part of any ghost hunt, the torch. Yes, never leave home with that one. Most of what we do as paranormal investigators, we're in the dark, we're wandering around places that can be quite dangerous. In the dark, you can't see, you need a torch. Why do we do it in the dark? People tend to say, oh, you do it in the dark because that's when spirits are out. No, spirits are out. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about a camera that we caught some fantastic photos at Elveston Castle. That was during the day, middle of the day, sun was out, beautiful day. The reason we do it at night, the reason we go out and investigate at night is, one, it's quieter. Two, we get to use the infrared, the full spectrum that you can't really use particularly during the daytime. So we get to film and take photographs in different light spectrums, hoping that spirit will appear in one of these light spectrums that we can take photos and film in. Yeah, as well, a lot of the places that we investigate, the venues, are public places during the day, in museums or the pubs. So they're closed at night, so that's when they hire them out to the likes of ourselves as paranormal investigators to go in. So there you go. But locations where you can just walk up and get on with it. Do it in the day. Get up there with your camera and take a load of photographs in the day. But when you're out at night, never ever, when you're out at night, don't go out without your torch. Essential. Also, right, this is controversial. It's investigations with a torch. We used to use these quite often, where you unscrew the back of the button till it gets to the point where it needs a physical torch to turn it on and off. Now, a lot of teams were using this a few years ago as a method of investigation. Some teams, even on TV, Kindred Spirits for one, and I think it's Haunted Towns, still use the torch as a method of communication. Now, the paranormal experts decided that the reason it was lighting up was heat expansion. Okay, yeah, I can buy into that to an extent, but if you're asking a question and this lights up and then you ask it to turn it off and it turns off, that's clever heat expansion. I'll leave that up to you to work out. I'll put a video up just up here. I would love you to touch that red thing on the table, push the end of it, the end near the orange light, and make it light up. Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I see. That video, we was in that room for probably 2 hours. That torch did not go off in 2 hours, and then all of a sudden, bang, it lit up to a question. Heat expansion takes 2 hours, don't buy it. But yeah, don't leave them without your torch. So, there you are, investigations. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. Be yourselves. Don't get stuck in the rut of asking the same questions as everybody else asks on EVP. Sit around, discuss things with your mates, with your friends that you've not seen for a while. Just have a good chat. You'll find, hopefully you'll find, as we found, that Spirit actually start to join in your questions and your talks. It's the way they join in, they enjoy it. That's not a definitive guide. You use what you want. Apps. I haven't touched on apps yet, but these phones, brilliant. This little camera here takes some incredible photos. Those of you that follow us on our Facebook page have seen that we've been taking hundreds of photos at local cemeteries during lockdown because you're stuck in. You can't go out and do a proper investigation. So we've just been going to local cemeteries, taking photographs, having a drive out, seeing what we can catch. All done with a mobile phone. That's all I'm taking, a mobile phone and my torch, and get on with it. These also now can be used as very good voice recorders. Mobile phone, good piece of equipment, but the apps that you get on them, Now these apps supposedly are designed that all the voices in them are backwards. Everything that's in their voice bank, everything that's in their speech bank is backwards. So if you hear any forward words, that's a spirit communicating. Is it? Really? Now, yeah, I've had some experiences where I've seen and heard things on these things that they make you think. Example, we had one called the Alice box on our laptop. It was investigating a Masonic lodge at King's Lynn, and there was a big poster on the wall with a list of all previous Masons on there. I was asking the questions and we said to the Alice box, who are you? And it came up, I can't remember now, but let's say Harold. Of course you think, well, Harold's a popular name from back in the day. So I says, okay, if that's you, Harold, what's your surname? Fitzpatrick comes through. Lo and behold, on this poster right above the laptop, there's a picture of a guy with the name Harold Fitzpatrick. Coincidence? Probably not, but some of these apps that you get on your phone are just work in a similar vein, but they're just spewing out reverse words all the time, and all of a sudden a forward word will come out. Is it paranormal? Don't know. Is it you making sense of different syllables, the way they're spewing out backwards that suddenly sound like a forward word, a real word? Don't know. I'm on the fence with apps. Probably more in the garden of don't really hold much sway with an app. It's no, but anyway, ghost boxes. There's another thing, a ghost box. We've had a ghost box in the past, but that constantly drives me up the wall. I cannot constantly listen to the noise. Again, I'm on the fence with them. It could be an errant CB signal, it could be an errant radio signal. You're picking up words, sometimes you're stretching that word to fit what you want on an investigation. Don't know. I'd rather go back to basics. We used to have a big trolley with a handle with loads of equipment in it. You'd get on an investigation, it'd take you an hour to unpack it all, and you'd pick up the stuff I've just shown you. Then we've got to carry on all night with them. So got rid, down to a case for my GoPro and the gimbal that I use with that, and a little carry bag now for my cameras and voice recorders. That's it. Back to basics, nice and simple. We don't need all the flashy gimmicks. We don't need it all. SLS cameras. Oh, right. We'll go for SLS cameras here. I've thought about making one. I've got this stuff to make one. I've considered making one, but I'm not sure. There was a British programme on, I think it was either last year or the year before. It's been repeated at the moment. One of the investigators on there, who was an expert, was using an SLS camera. They were in a pub. I think it was pretty sure it was a pub, and they were panning round and pointed towards a doorway, and a figure appeared. Now, 9 times out of 10, when you see people using an SLS camera, the figures will always appear in a doorway. Why? Ghosts stand in doorways. No. Door frames are usually high gloss paint, high gloss varnish. If the door's closed, it's either gloss painted or varnished. Very, very rarely will be a matte door. It's a reflection. Don't know why it seems to happen on doorways on the frames, but it's a reflection. The next one they were filming behind a bar. The back of the bar was a tiled wall. What appeared? A stick figure. It's your reflection in the high gloss tiles. Please think before you put stuff out there as evidence. SLS camera, again, has never been proven. It's just a big cumbersome piece of kit that you've got to carry around that may show something up. 9 times out of 10 it will. It's called your reflection, or a team member's reflection in a gloss surface. There you go. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. That's my little guide to what you need to be a paranormal investigator. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.